Okay, what is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Super excited for today's video. Are you struggling to find stocks to trade, right? Let's say, you have some strategies that haven't been working. And whenever you try to look and actually search for individual stocks to trade, you're having difficulty coming up with good ideas. Well, today's video is going to show you guys completely how to set up a scan using the standard deviation channel. We're going to be looking for stocks trading outside of the channel. We're going to be looking for stocks that are listed on the New York Stock Exchange and have options in case you want to trade options. Options give you a variety of different strategies versus just naked going long and going short naked. Now, using this scan, you're going to get a small list to choose from. So have you ever gotten a scan or looked at someone's scan and it gives you hundreds or even thousands of stocks to choose from? How do you make the choice out of that, right? Well, this is going to give you a small list to choose from. And what you can do is you can actually create a dynamic watch list, meaning that as new stocks enter into your criteria for the scan, you can actually get an alert, right, via whatever notification system you choose. We're going to go over the complete scan tutorial and the chart setup, right? So the setup for your chart that you want to look for, right? Now, if you aren't familiar with the standard deviation channel, I do have a video going over, what the standard deviation channel is and the indicator. Feel free to watch that after this video if you want a little bit more of a tutorial on that. All right. Now, I do want to mention I started a completely free newsletter. All right. It's got really good trade ideas in there, giving out free trade ideas every single week. Going to sprinkle in, a couple trade ideas and also just going over really good investment intelligence and good free valuable content if you're interested in the markets, right? Whether it's the stock market, bond market, commodities, futures even, and crypto. So, this is what it looks like. This was one of the recent trade ideas from a couple of weeks ago on Tesla. All right, and you can see Tesla broke out from its trend line after its abandoned baby chart pattern, came up to a critical level, and those Tesla plays, if you trade options, were very, very profitable, right? It was a really good opportunity and entry time based off of that. So feel free to sign up for that link in the description. All right. I also started a Ko-Fi page where you guys can come in here and you can actually request a specific YouTube video, right? If you have something very specific that you want, or maybe it's a strategy or a stock you'd like me to cover, you can do that via Ko-Fi. You can also book a coaching session directly through Ko-Fi. We do 30-minute and 1-hour sessions, as well as leave a tip. If you guys ever enjoy the content and, just want to leave a tip or donation, you can do that via the Ko-Fi platform. There's a link in the description for that as well. And the content provided on this channel, as always, is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. So let's get straight into it. And we're heading over to Thinkorswim now, and we're on the scan tab, right? And so there's going to be a few things up here. We're going to get rid of some of these and we're going to come here and it says stock. We're going to come here and put close, right? And minimum, we're just going to put $1 here. All right. So, you can change this to where the minimum price is $100. The maximum price is, $500, whatever it is. But for the sake of this video, we're going to keep things very simple. We're going to come here to add filter. Okay, so right into this little section over here where you see add filter, that's where we want to click. All right, we'll click on this here, go to study. And now we're going to come in here and edit this. Okay, so we'll come in, we'll hit this drawing tool right here for edit, and that'll bring you there. Or you can come over here and hit study and then hit custom. Either way, it'll get you to the same destination, just a different way of getting there. So we're going to delete this because we don't want that. And we want to add our specific condition. Now, the first thing you want to do is put price. Okay. And for this strategy, we're going to be looking for price closing. All right, less than or equal to our standard deviation channel. So we clicked is less than or equal to, and then we're going to put study right here, and we're going to type in standard. Okay, and after we type in standard, you can see the standard deviation channel. Okay, and we want price to be less than or equal to the lower line. So this means that these stocks are potentially oversold. They're trading less than or equal to the lower line of their standard deviation channel. We'll come here, we'll hit OK now, and there's two more things we need to do, right? So the next thing we want to do is we want to come over here to where it says scan in and it says all stocks. What we want to do is we actually want to change this to all NYSE stocks. All right, this is New York Stock Exchange stocks. This means that they're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. All right. And then from there, again, the next thing that we want to do is we want to come over and we want to go to intersect with, and where it says none right there, we're going to change that and we're going to put category and we're going to put all optionable. So this means that they all have options if you guys are looking to explore some option strategies based off of this scan. So we'll come in here and we'll hit scan. Okay, and this is going to, run its results, and you see we have a list of 21 stocks. So again, not a list of hundreds of stocks for you guys to filter through and go through. And now what we can do is we can come in here and see which one of these potentially have a good setup. So the first one is HE right here, Hawaiian Electric. We'll come over to our chart and we'll type in HE. Now, we don't have our standard deviation channel on here. So there's something we need to do. We need to set up our indicators, right? So we're going to go over to studies right here, and we're going to come in, click in here, go to edit studies, and then we're going to type in standard again. And this is going to bring up our standard deviation channel. You hit add selected. And I also like to add on the RSI here. Okay, the RSI is your relative strength index. And this allows you to potentially see when stocks are overbought or oversold. I will come in here and we'll hit apply. Now, one thing worth noting is that we are on the daily time frame right now. And the reason being is because our scan right here, you see this D button is also on the daily time frame. So if you wanted to adjust this to a smaller time frame, you could do that. But I like to use this on the daily time frame. You can change it to a 4-hour, you can change it to a weekly or a smaller intraday chart, such as a 15-minute. Now, here we can see our standard deviation channel, and you can see that it's trading outside of the range, right? It's trading below the standard deviation channel, and it's very oversold on the RSI, right? It's been very oversold. It started to climb back up in terms of relative strength, but the stock hasn't really gone anywhere. Now, Hawaiian Electric had a lot of news associated with it, at the time of this recording due to the fires in Hawaii right now. And so you can see one thing that I like to do is click on the news, right? And so I want to filter, and look at some of the news for these things and see, what kind of news is going on. Well, we know that there's the Maui wildfires. So this is something that I don't want to touch, right? Because of the whole Maui wildfire situation. I'd rather just stay away from this stock, right? And we could come over here and look at our next one, ELA. So we'll go ahead and type in ELA and run through here. All right, and what do we see with ELA? Well, we see ELA is at the very bottom of the range. Now, what happened the last time? It was at the top of the range, right? You can see when it was up towards the top of the range, price came back towards that middle line here, okay? Remember, this is a standard deviation channel. So basically, the top is one standard deviation away, the bottom is one standard deviation away. At this moment, okay, if we zoom in a little bit more, right, and we were to come to our RSI, not to make things too complicated here, but there's something known as bullish divergence forming. Okay, so very simply, we're making lower lows on the price, but the RSI here is making higher lows. So this could potentially be a good setup, right? We have some bullish divergence forming here. We have it's trading, outside of that standard deviation channel. Price action tends to normally snap back in once we get through the standard deviation channel. So these are just some of the ways to filter through them. Okay, just because it's on the watch list and it's oversold and it's trading below its standard deviation channel doesn't mean necessarily that it's an automatic buy. You still have to do a little bit of work. And what I did here was just a little bit of the groundwork for you guys to do, right? You want to check out the news, okay? See what kind of news is surrounding the stock at the moment. And then you want to look for any, signs of potential bullishness, any chart patterns, any type of divergences. And once you have this, right, to create a dynamic watch list, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and hit scan query, save scan query. And for this one, we're using the standard deviation channel. So we'll put SDC, and we're looking for stocks trading on the lower, trading outside of the bottom line. So this is going to be oversold, right? So we'll put SDC oversold. And now that we have the scan query saved, what we can do is we can come in here and under watch list, right? We can change this now to SDC oversold right here. Okay. And now this is going to be a watch list for us. Now we can keep an eye on this and try to monitor whenever it changes. Or if you want to get an alert, you can literally get an alert when the scan results change. And you'd click on this. And, when a symbol is added to this, you guys can get a notification, to your mobile device or however you want to set up your notifications. Okay. So that's how you create a dynamic watch list out of this. And this was how you set up your chart, right? With the studies and the different indicators. And this was the scan tutorial that we went through in here. Again, if we just hit scan real quick, it's a very small list, 21 stocks, and you guys can come through here and filter through this relatively quickly. You can do this pre-market, you can do this post-market, using this scan, and really look for some good trade ideas and trade setups. Some things that you may want to filter it by are going to be market cap, right? So maybe you want stocks with a higher market cap. Maybe you want stocks with a higher amount of volume, right? So it's easier to trade in and out. Or maybe you want to look at the percentage change of some of these stocks, right? Triple D, if we look at DDD, this is one I was actually looking at yesterday. And the reason being was because it was trading below its standard deviation channel, right? And you can see today it's had a very strong rebound, okay, rallying up over 7.8% currently today, trying to get back within that standard deviation channel. So that's basically it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out the completely free newsletter using the link in the description. You can sign up for that, or it's in the comment section. And you can also, connect with me directly on Ko-Fi, whether you want to book a session, request a specific video, or if you ever feel like leaving a tip or donation, you can use the link in the description in the comment section for Ko-Fi as well.